I'm going to be exporting contacts from this audience and importing them into this audience. The reason I'm not using the Combine tool for the contacts is that the tag data doesn't transfer to the new audience. By exporting and importing, there's a little bit more control over the tag data. So the first step is to go into the audience that is going to be your source. There are a few reasons why you'd have multiple audiences. In this case, we have an OpenTable to Mailchimp integration. OpenTable pushes new contact information overnight over to an audience, but it does not provide any tag data when it does that. We want to make sure that contacts that OpenTable pushes over does have tags. There's a few ways to get to the audience that you need to source from. Over here, just click on Audience Dashboard, and then from the drop-down, select the audience that you'd like to pull your contacts from. And in this case, it's already here. And then you can either hit View Contacts, or on the left, just click on All Contacts. And from here, you just go to the upper right and hit Export Audience, and then Confirm Export. In a few moments, you'll get an email with a link to that audience. So Mailchimp sent over a link to download the audience as a CSV file. And now we're going to navigate over to our target audience. And then we're going to import the contacts. To the upper right, click on this button and then select Import Contacts. And we are going to upload that CSV file by selecting this, then hit Browse. Select that CSV, hit Continue. The target audience should already be pre-populated. If not, just click this drop down and select the audience that you do want to import these contacts into. Then hit Continue. We do want to make sure to tag the contacts from that source audience. In this case, we want to make sure that they are tagged with OpenTable because they did come from OpenTable. And geographically, we know that they visited our location in San Jose, so we want to also tag it with San Jose. In this field, we are going to select OpenTable and also San Jose, and then hit Continue. When OpenTable pushed this new contact over, it came with an email address, a first name, last name, and a phone number. And we want to make sure that those also come through. So in the first column of phone number, it is blank. So we're going to uncheck that. We'll click the right arrow a few more times. And over here, this is where the phone number actually is. So we are going to click on this and make sure it goes into the phone column once it does get imported, and then hit Continue. And they did opt in to subscribe via OpenTable, so we do know that they have chosen to be subscribed, and we'll click on Finalize Import and then Complete Import. And one new contact was added, so we can click on View New Contact. So we can now see that that contact has been added to our target audience. We see that the email address, first name, last name, and phone number have come through. And most important, that it was tagged with the location. In this case, it's San Jose. And we also tagged that it is from OpenTable, since we want to make sure that we are able to target those in future email campaigns. Again, with Combine Audiences, tag data does not transfer over. We are exporting and then in the import process, assigning tags to the contacts that are being imported. So you may come across some errors when you are importing. To review them, they may automatically pop up during your import procedure. In this case, we're going to go over to Manage Audience and then down to Import History. Here we can see that there is an error that has occurred on a previous import and it's happened a couple times. The most common error that you're going to come across is duplicate contacts. Another error that you may come across is trying to import an email address that has previously unsubscribed. Mailchimp does not allow you to do that. That person would have to opt back in through Mailchimp form. You may also come across somebody who has been previously deleted, and that is very similar to somebody who has unsubscribed. For them to be put back on your list, they would have to opt in through the Mailchimp form. To recap what we just did, we exported contacts from one audience, and to manage some of that tag data, we imported it into another audience. And during that import process, we were adding tag data. We did that because the Combine tool doesn't transfer over tag data. In the process of importing a CSV, we are able to put in some tag data for those contacts.